Hi, my name is Miska Chaska. I'm welcoming you to Medicine of Light podcast, our second episode. And it's connecting to full moon and eclipse in Sagittarius, which is rising this Tuesday. And I am having my special guest here and friend, Robert Greene, amazing astrologer. He's been studying and exploring and being passionate about astrology over 40 years. And this podcast is for you to dive in and to receive more knowledge, more wisdom from the stars and our sharings here tonight. How the moon affects us, how the other planets are coming together, dancing in the sky. So let's see what is coming up for us this Sagittarius full moon eclipse and what the planets revealing to us. So welcoming Robert Greene to our podcast tonight. Hi.
Hi, thanks Miska, and welcome to all the listeners. And yeah, I'm delighted to be here for our second podcast now. And yeah, it's a great one. This one, full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. So yeah, quite different from last time, and really looking forward to sharing my thoughts around this one.
That's really wonderful. Yes, I'm also welcoming all the listeners for connecting again with us sitting here. And yeah, it's a very special coming full moon. I could feel it already. The fire Sagittarius energy. And please tell us more what this moon is about.
Yeah, so this next full moon will be Wednesday morning at 11:15 GMT. I think that's about in Central European time. It's about 2:15 p.m. on Wednesday. So it's an eclipse. What's an eclipse then? Well, a full moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in opposition. That means that you've got the moon on one place, then you draw a line to the earth, and then you've got the sun. So they're all in a straight line. But when there's an eclipse there, it's more powerful. So basically, eclipses always can only occur, lunar eclipses occur at the full moon, because that's what the position is. So it's an extra strong full moon in Sagittarius. And the teaching around eclipses are that they are extra powerful times to release old patterns and old things. So if you want to use them consciously, this is one of the things that the eclipses are great for. It's like a chance to have an emotional reboot. We talked last time about the moon being our inner world, our private place of our deepest feelings and emotions. It's where the kind of sum of all of our past experiences are. And this full moon being in Sagittarius is a lot to do with then about our beliefs. So as the moon represents our past and our upbringing, our connection with parents and society, it's a lot to do with the beliefs that we've carried through our life, especially the early beliefs that we took on. So in this position here, it's really questioning those old belief patterns that we have. And Jupiter joins the sun and moon in this full moon constellation, forming a T-square, a challenging aspect from Jupiter. And of course, Jupiter is in Pisces here, which brings compassion and faith and intuition into it. And I think it could be tricky in some aspects there, in terms of if we are very unaware of what beliefs we actually have, because a lot of the way we think is based on what we believe in. And this opportunity of this full moon is really to bring our awareness around what our beliefs actually are, our unconscious beliefs.
Yes, isn't that wonderful that we have this opportunity to grow away from the old and actually to let the moon brightly shine on us and illuminate the past. That's really beautiful, very, very beautiful. So it's all about like breaking through, isn't it? And embracing the freedom as well, what we believe, who we are, what we want to become, what is our maybe next plan, next project, as well. And the decision to make in life, either as an individual or parent, or even a part of group or some company, becoming a leader. Isn't that right? Sagittarius is full of energy and fire, and he really treasures his freedom and passion for life and independency.
Yeah, so the moon in Sagittarius really wants to seek new horizons, to grow, to learn, to take risks, to expand, to gain more knowledge. And of course, the Sagittarius whole idea is a lot to do with beliefs and spirituality. That's one part of the Sagittarius. So this full moon, it's really great for us to be able to look at beliefs from the past and see how they might be affecting us in terms of how we see ourselves, new growth, new adventures, new possibilities, new horizons. What's coming up now? What are the choices facing us at this time? And are we hindered by our past beliefs? And if so, this is a great time to release any past beliefs that are actually holding us back from going where we want to go, and to see the power that belief has. And of course, beliefs should be there to serve us as we choose a set of beliefs that represent who we truly are. But if we chose them a long time ago when we were children, maybe we didn't really consciously choose them. They were just there. We may have picked them up from our parents, from society, from others around us. But now's a great time to examine that. And really, we can choose new beliefs that represent who we really want to be or are right now.
Yeah, and also not to be ashamed of, isn't it? Not to like look back as well, but to actually honor what we were, where we went, honoring the family background and actually stepping out of the victimhood. I do feel that the Sag energy is like a little bit like taking things so personally sometimes, and like it's all about also embodying the self, that strength, of the fire going forward and calming the fire. Like if there is emotions behind the beliefs, yes, it's great to express them, but also embrace them and let go, that you can compassionately walk forward. Like we have the Jupiter and Pisces. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful icon. The gentleness, as you said, the compassion and the inner mystic coming in and forward, the inner wisdom. And yeah, what else is there this eclipse? I do always hear that eclipses are really massive. Like a big bang can make lots of changes in our lives when the eclipse occurs on the new moons or full moons. What you will tell us?
Yeah, so a little bit more about Jupiter, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and it's joining in this full moon in Sagittarius. So it's the ruling planet of Sagittarius. So it really is kind of holding the key here to the whole situation. And it's coming through Pisces. And as you mentioned, it's trying to bring that compassion and understanding and healing in around beliefs and past beliefs especially. And we can see in the world that belief systems often cause huge conflicts in history, and we can look in our lives perhaps where we've noticed where what we've believed in may bring us into conflict with others. And we can look at the moment what's going on in the world. There are a lot of conflicts, and people will often argue about beliefs, or they may decide to, if they were friends, that they no longer want to be a friend with somebody who doesn't believe, somebody who believes the opposite to them. So this is where Jupiter coming through Pisces is trying to bring wisdom of belief. What's the purpose of belief, and can we use belief wisely? and to avoid these conflicts that we may have seen if we look through history. So Jupiter is coming as a wise sage to teach us, to offer us these teachings, and how we may use beliefs more wisely and more in a humble way, so that we can have our beliefs that are true to us, but we can honor a belief that somebody else has that maybe is opposite to ours, that we can understand that there doesn't need to be a conflict there.
Yeah, becoming a wisdom keeper in this moment, really, it's a necessity, you know. We could see how the world, it's been a little bit out of irony, we say, out of balance these days, you know, and it's related to beliefs, it's related to power, you know, and also to the ego. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing this up, and we will have the opportunity on this full moon in the medicine of light ritual to actually offer these beliefs to the fire, offer them with love, you know, and to reflect what gifts they brought to us and what wisdom. So that's really special to make a ritual on this day and work with it in a sacred way to transform, to bring things forward as well. And tell me, what else is there out in the sky for us?
Well, that's you know, my interpretation there of the full moon, but there's more in that. I mean, Sagittarius isn't just the main power of Sagittarius, I think, is driven by a deep belief system. Like the key word for Sagittarius is I know, it's knowledge, and that comes from belief. So, but of course, it's not all about Sagittarius is much more. So I think during this full moon time, we can expect to have a lot of fun, take some risks, go on some adventures. That very strong fire energy wants to move. And that means maybe we take journeys. It's a good time to travel. We have Venus and Mercury are reasonably close to the sun in Gemini at the moment, which again, that's a great time for connecting and socializing with people, having those great conversations, sharing ideas, sharing information, and maybe allowing the Jupiter energy to bring this wisdom in, that we can happily inhabit a belief system which is different to somebody else and share information about that in a non-threatening way, where we can honor our belief and honor everybody else's belief, and that way that's really connecting, because a belief that isolates on its own or polarizes with another belief creates separation, and that is really, separation is pain. So I see that Jupiter is really inhabiting a place of offering this healing for us at this point. And I think connecting with others. So social events, I think if there's a party or a chance to meet with friends, or a chance to do something that you don't normally do, or something that is going to push you out of your comfort zone, would be good at this time. You know, trying something different that challenges you.
Becoming the explorer of life, you know, and also
Yeah.
coming from the heart, as you said, not much from the brain, but also bringing the wisdom into the heart and using that compassion, you know, in the conversations as well, you know, be kind to each other's differences, you know. That's really nice. And now, you know, the summer, it's approaching, the borders has been lifting up. Finally, we are, you know, breaking through the lockdown. So there is more energy and also more hope rising in people's hearts and beings, and that we can meet again, you know, physically with one another. That's really special. You know, I've been starting doing workshops and rituals. I do also cacao rituals and the full moon rituals in person, and it's been such a joy to meet last new moon, you know, after our podcast, to meet people again, you know, physically, and gather and share. I'm really looking forward to this phase again and do more. So I bet it is a time for travel and explorations. Also time for love, to express love, because Sagittarius is a good lover of life, takes the giant leap beyond the borders, and it can express love and express joy as well, and passion. So the full moon, I feel it's also about embracing the place of intimacy within, intimacy with another partner, and also creativity, expression of creativity. And it's all about what we have been nurturing during the new moon, to actually let the light shine on and to reflect and to celebrate, isn't it? Celebrate, because there is a high energy in the air. There is fire. So it's a good time to also dance and to make something creative, or also when somebody will feel too overwhelmed, to take maybe a moon bath, or go down by the river and swim, or to the ocean, or take a beautiful bath at home with some beautiful plants and herbs and crystals and salt, to cleanse and wind down. Because not for everyone the full moon can be beneficial with that high energy. Some people can feel very overwhelmed, and so nice is to use the water element to calm, and to do your own ritual at home as well. And I'm really looking forward to Wednesday ritual, because we do also water rituals, so there is both, and I'm looking forward to sit myself in the stillness and reflection by the river, before the ritual, and write down my list of wish for the next cycle to approach. And because I having also step to take a giant leap across the oceans myself, and moving forward to a new place. And that's for me the Sagittarius drive and that energy. But also connecting the fire with the water, I feel it's a very nice combination. Yeah. So what else for you in the planetary Sagittarius energy can be maybe surprising us, or welcoming us with
Well, an aspect that's been going on for a while, and it was a fairly strong aspect in the new moon chart 2 weeks ago, is that Uranus and Saturn are in this difficult configuration in a square together, and that's been going on for some time. And Saturn really represents the structure of life, the structure of our ego, and also the structure of our society. It represents kind of common sense, groundedness, time, wisdom, all those things. And Uranus is the one who wants to break open the shell. It wants to bring in brand new ideas and things. And of course, those two archetypes, they don't get on too well. They don't naturally like each other. One is reinforcing what already exists, and the other one is the revolution. It wants to bring about change. So that's a challenge at the moment. Then, if we look in society, we have what is established already. So what you get with this configuration is what exists already is stubbornly trying to become stronger and remain as it was. And at the same time, this force for change, Uranus, is also becoming stronger, and they're like opposing each other. So on a personal level, it's asking us to try to make room for some change without getting rid of all the structure that we already have in our life. So that can be a conflict, and those two energies can create quite a bit of tension. And I think, I can see that in our society at the moment. There is quite a lot of tension. And then we take that further back. Where's that tension come from? And then we can see at one level it comes from what we believe in, and we come back into the full moon. So when we layer this Uranus Saturn configuration, which is challenging, into the full moon, we can see that it shows us the conflicts that's going to exist within our society out there. So there is a bit of a struggle to embrace change at the moment. with and it can manifest personally as maybe as stubbornness, frustration, tension, things like that. So the full moon is a great opportunity to let go, to get a bit high, to get a bit wild for a time in a good way, like you said, dancing, releasing energy which is difficult to deal with, these internal tensions. And for some of us who are empathic, we would naturally, like a sponge, soak up these energies that are around us in the world out there. And for those who are empathic, it's very important to release these things that we work as spiritual channels. So to relate, the full moon is a great chance to refresh ourselves and release difficult things.
Shake the body,
shake the body, yes. Let go and go a little bit wild. That's what moon in Sagittarius is saying.
Yeah, oh, so amazing. Can't wait to dance tomorrow and the next day in the woods.
Yeah.
That's been actually one of my plays in a time of lockdown, going down by the river and the meadows and just, as you said, shake the body, because there was a feeling of sometimes, being frustrated from such a time, not knowing what will happen next, and not able to go to places which you love and see the people which you love, So it's a really great recommendation for everybody who is listening us today. If you still didn't shake it off, that all tension which was built the whole winter, this coming spring, it's just, like the tree when it's starting bloom and, burst the green leaves and the freshness and the flowers. That's like us, and it's to like shake and refresh and, as you said, also change the perspective, not to be too winded up about the past and the sadness, and what what we have missed or what it could have been, but actually going forward, being the explorer, being the one who wants to travel further. And that's what I really feel with the Sagittarius energy. That's also, and the full moon, like, let's go. Let's go forward despite all the challenges and conflicts and inner conflicts, outside conflicts, and how to become a peaceful warrior and walking with beauty on this beautiful earth, this beautiful garden. And not only in the woods, but also in the cities, how to lift up and rise to vibration in the urban world, in the urban jungle, how to, give a hand to others on the street or give a smile to one who is passing by, I feel like, why not to bring this into the cities as well, and to share magic, share the fire, share the sweetness and the wisdom as well, and to be strong and grounded on this full moon, and also to rest. Some people might just like to just take some time off and just indulge in that, indulge in resting as well. But I would recommend really shaking the body or come to our beautiful, beautiful fire, water ceremony and healing journey on Wednesday evening at 7:30 Central Eastern European time. And we will be maybe shaking the body too.
I think connecting with your wild passion is something that the full moon is offering, whatever that may mean. It may mean dancing, it could be doing something creative, but just connecting with that wild passion and allowing that to move you.
Indeed. So that's been really wonderful reflections about this full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. I'm delighted we could meet again this pre-full moon eves and to share with our listeners and to share together what it's there for us, what it's installed in the stars, and how we can, take the wisdom from that ahead these days. And as you said, there is another few days ahead, isn't it, of the full moon energy?
Yeah, tomorrow it should be really ramping up, and then on Wednesday we get the full moon itself, and the day after the energy will still be very strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great to it's great getting these little insights into the new moons and the full moons and how we might work with them.
Yes, and it's a pretty strong energy, dear listeners. The sun and the moon are in oppositions. And enjoy the ride through Sagittarius heavens. And we will hear each other again in the next new moon episode with my dear friends and astrologer Robert Greene. I'm so happy you could make it today again to share with us your wisdom and magic.
Yeah, thanks, Miska. I've been delighted to be able to do this again, and we look forward to more in the future. And if anybody is wanting to contact me, my Facebook page is Orion Astrology, and you can get me there.
Yes, you can get Robert Greene private chart. He's amazing, guarantee you. It always helped me in my either life journey and process to reflect as well. Really highly recommend it. Yeah, if you feel the call to sit in ceremony with us, you're very welcome to join Medicine of Light ceremony on Wednesday. And we wish you the most amazing, as I said, travel ahead on a blissful, peaceful, happy full moon. Thank you so much. Yeah, would you like to share something more before we close our beautiful full moon circle podcast?
Yeah, just reiterate. Yeah, connect with your wild passion. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone, and see you soon. Much love.
Bye.